Hello Forkies, this is day 106 of me playing chess every day until I reach the rapid rating of 2500. So here we go. So we have the game. I hope we get the white pieces. We do have the white pieces. We're playing against a very strong 2100 rated opponent, so let's play pawn to e4. e5, knight f3. And if you are my regular watcher, you could see that I have changed the pieces here. Queen e7 is a weird move. I know I have been preparing for that. I think d4 is the move here. I'm not sure. d6 and knight f3. Of course it's bishop e2, but bishop f5. And I can just castle and sacrifice the pawn on c2 and queen e1 next. I know that. And this is actually pretty hard to face, but I'm not even sure how. There is bishop e7, there is bishop e6 as well. I don't know basically nothing about this position. Bishop e7. How to? I forgot everything about the position, about the opening, because I have planned this. I thought my opponent will do that, but he didn't. In some classical over the board game, nothing major, but still quite important to me at that time. Oh, I think the move might be bishop d1 here. No, knight c3 has to be played, and if castles, bishop d1 wins the game. That's the idea, because e7 is hanging. Knight c6 doesn't work because I can play d5, knight d5. d5 has to be played, that's why I played knight c3 here. And I think I'm like almost winning here, but I don't know how. Knight b4 definitely wasn't on my file, on my radar whatsoever. Bishop d1 almost traps the queen, but it doesn't because queen d3 is available there. Knight d3 is, I guess, a threat, kind of. How to play this? I have no idea, by the way. Maybe, a3, knight d3, bishop d3. I guess bishop d3 that traps my rook, so that's bad. Oh, there is knight d4 here, what? Doesn't this just trap the queen? Wait, what? Knight d4 wins the queen, doesn't it? I think it simply wins the queen. Knight d4, I think I'm completely winning here. Knight d4 traps the queen, and if knight d3, simply knight c2. And takes with the knight back, of course. Because the c2 would be hanging, but if I take with the knight, I'm up a piece. Now I'm up a piece. This pawn is also protected here. Maybe he castles long. Bishop d3 here, sort of trying to develop, looks fine for me. Bishop d3 looks fine for me. Also maybe bishop g5, knight f3, rook e1 incoming, and I'm up everything. Knight f3, I think. Why not? Bishop g5, rook e1. I'm completely winning here. Also bishop e3, maybe with this idea. What is this? He cannot really try to go here, can he? I could play bishop f4. Just so I protect e5, so knight cannot go there. Bishop f6, I can just play h3, yeah. I thought about it, but I don't think it's... I also have this move, but it kind of loses the b2 pawn. Not kind of, it does. I have enough time, so I can think. There is rook c1 here. There is h3, knight e5. I don't really love that because he takes back with the knight. with the pawn, excuse me. And then am I really? I think after bishop e3 that I'm completely winning, because you have to play king b8, and then I get the knight to e4. Yes, let's just play h3 here. Knight h6, I guess, is also a move, but wow, but why? I can just take back, can't I? And knight f6, I play c3, I guess. C4, excuse me. There is also this move. This pawn is attacked, so have to play something. And c4 looks like the best move to me. By the way, we have 6 minutes left. My opponent playing very quickly, which is, I guess, natural. We also need to speed up a little bit. Taking over the file, maybe. g5, I can sack the knight, I wanted to say. I thought I could sack the knight. Takes and you lose the rook. And I should be up a pawn and then exchange there. Takes. Rook g8, bishop f6, bishop h3. Just g3 there. I think I'm completely winning. I mean, rook g8, I go here, and bishop h3, I can just play g3. Okay, but I go here. Maybe even. So this is probably an idea. I can just play bishop e2, and here might be a slight problem. But I have bishop g4 there. Or bishop f3. Or just rook b1 here. And bishop f1. If knight f4, bishop f1. As I mentioned, I'm up and exchanging the pawn here. Yes. Rook g8, king h2. b6, okay, firstly, which is logical. I could go here, which is a nice move, I guess. Oh, but bishop f5. Here, bishop f5. Might be slight problem, so I could go here. And rook f3 or rook e3. We don't have time that... I mean, we have time, but not much. This might be a problem. I mean, even if the knight reaches that destination, I can just play f4 there. f4, yeah. Here, but my pawn is attacked there, which might be a slight problem. I have here, though. And here. I think that's great. We don't have that much time. But this looks like the best move. I mean, g3 loses the h3 pawn. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does. Rook e7, knight takes. Looks fine. f5 also bishop takes. g3 might be the best move. Just make a move. Why? Oh, what the fuck? Did I just hang a rook in one move? After 50 seconds of thought? Did I just do that? I hung a piece in one move. And I'm 2000 rated. And I spent 1 minute of thought about it. What is this? Come on. Think. Now I'm down everything. f5 wins. What was that? What was that? I just hung a rook in one move. f5 of course played. I cannot do anything. Here I go, here I guess. And lose this pawn as well. Now rook f3 is a threat, I guess. It is a threat, yeah. Unexplainable mistakes. I don't know. I don't know what to say. Just insanely bad. Maybe he blunders. Rook f3 as well. No, he doesn't. They go here anyway. No, I cannot do anything. I guess a4 to try to bait him to take, and then rook a3 trades off the pawns, maybe with some interest here. I don't know what to say. Just here. Here, knight takes e4 and pawn takes a7 is a cute blunder. Yes, he of course takes back. Now I go here, by the way. And a5. And I go here. King b6. King c7. Have to do something though. I mean, this is of course completely lost. I don't know why I'm playing. I mean, if we trade off all the pawns, then it's a draw, but we cannot do that. King g2 maybe. I also don't have the time, so. I mean, b5 I can just take it, so. And now here, then there is bishop h3. No, there is not. What's my problem? Just rook takes. I mean, I hung a rook in one move, so what can you expect from me? This is insane. This is just insane. How did I hang a rook? a4, I guess. Okay. There is rook f3. Eh? No, there is not. Rook f3 I take, knight takes, and a3 there is. I hung a bishop in one move. I mean, I just have to resign now. Now let's analyze the game. So this is the analysis of today's game. I played with 87.5% accuracy, just insanely bad. My opponent played with 90. I made a brilliant move there. I'm not sure what it was. So e4, e5, knight f3, and knight f6. So now I took the pawn. d6 here is the main move, and after knight f3, knight e4, d4, and d5. This is pretty standard Petrov defense position, but my opponent played queen e7, which is, it's not a inaccuracy, it is just a theoretical, not call it a mistake, but not the best move. d4 is of course the best. And now if you take here and bishop d3, and I can just castle, and I have amazing position. With the rook coming to e1, I'm just much better. So d6 has to pretty much be played. I'm not sure why it's a mistake. Knight f3, queen e4, bishop e2, of course, only move. Now bishop f5 attacks the pawn on c2. But I can just castle. And this is the best move in the position, but this computer is not strong enough. Queen takes c2 and queen e1 only move once again. Bishop e7, and I played knight c3, which is the only move again. And I knew that knight c6 wasn't a move. I just didn't know why. It turns out that d5 is of course the only move to win. I mean, you can repeat the moves twice, but e5 is the only way, d5 is the only way to move. Knight b4, and knight d4 wins the piece. If I play bishop d1 here, queen d3, yes, you have to repeat pretty much, and then knight d4 wins. So knight d4 right away is just equally strong. Knight d3, knight takes e2, knight takes e1, and knight takes back. Because if I take, oh, there is also knight d4 here, which might be better, yeah. Attacking here, but I mean, if rook e1, then bishop takes, and I'm lost. I mean, I'm down a pawn, so Knight takes c1, of course the best move, trying to get something. Now the game was pretty much bishop d3, nothing special. I was just up a piece here, with much better position. Oh, knight takes g5 was a brilliant move. Maybe from a practical standpoint not as much, but of course knight takes g5, yeah, wins an exchange here, and will be up a pawn. Bishop f1, and I mean, I cannot explain this blunder. I mean, the rook to e7. I mean, anything wins here. King f2, for example, knight takes, and simply rook f3, yeah? Picks up the pawn. But rook e7, and I'm just game over once again. And then, right here, I hung a bishop as well with this move. I mean, it's completely lost, but I still hung a bishop, so let's go to the second game of the day. We have another game, I hope soon, by the way. We have the black pieces against a pretty equally strong opponent, e4 and the Caro-Kann defense. I can play the Caro-Kann defense, which is very nice. Knight c3 is already weird, you have to play knight f3, here he has two knights attack, and bishop g4 is of course the main move here, trying to pin the knight to the queen. h3 and bishop takes on f3, queen takes back, and e6 is just trying to reinforce the light square bishop by putting all the pawns on light squares. Nothing wrong with it at all. So, we have this. This is a mistake. E takes on d5 is already not the best move. Simply e takes back, and I put the bishop on e6, put the knight on f6, knight d7, and I castle short, and my position is perfectly fine. d4, nothing wrong with it. Knight f6, knight d7, bishop d6, of course. Everything. Bishop g5, I don't think it's bad. I mean, you are trying to castle long, or what? I had a game in the today early on. I played a bullet game, but nevertheless, I played knight d7 here. He castled long, and then bishop d6. There is a mistake because of rook to e1, which is check. So maybe bishop e7 here to break the pin. Because my bishop on d6 will be just useless. It has no attack on the king. But still we can play knight d7, and if bishop e2, then bishop d6, long castle, short castles and short castles. And if knight d7, long castles, bishop e7, rook e1 is not check, and I can just castle short there. So knight d7 I think is the best move because it's most... yes, bishop d3, now we get this idea with bishop d6. Trying to pressure the diagonal here. I mean, castling long here, I guess it's possible. Very aggressive, by the way. But castling short is better. Yes, castling short for black as well. My position is perfect. Now, what are my plans? Well, the rook e1, okay. Not bad move at all. I have queen c7 here to connect my rooks. There is also queen b6, by the way, which is a fork. But it's not really fork. Because I'm not trying to take on b2, because rook b1 there, and queen takes c3, bishop takes... Oh, but it is a threat, because I pick up another piece. I will have 3 pieces for the queen. Let's play queen b6, because it's very interesting. Firstly, you have to defend this pawn. I'm not sure how you will do it. Knight a4, by the way. Just loses the pawn, which is quite... Knight a4 in some positions to defend b2 is quite natural and quite needed. But in this case, I mean, this is a pure fork, by the way. But it's not real. I mean, I'm not really threatening to take on b2. Therefore, you can only defend the d4 pawn. But how will you do it? Well, maybe bishop e3, knight here. It's probably the best move, excuse me. Because queen b2, I mean, just rook b1, and this is bad. So I didn't really see knight e2, if I'm completely honest with you guys. Now h6, perhaps, maybe rook e8. Which rook to put on e8? I guess rook e8, yeah, it's more natural. Just so my rook defends f7 here, which is quite weak at some point. I mean, maybe not as weak as some other pawns might be, but just necessary to defend the king side here, I think. I mean, b3 is weird. c4 is not real. I wanna say it's not a real thing, but I see very... I see a interesting idea. I have an interesting idea. Bishop to b4. Forces white's rook off the e file, let's say. I guess c3 is also possible. And after c3 I can just sack the rook and then get 2 pawns for it, which is even better than what I'm seeing. Bishop b4, if you play rook c1, let's say, then I could sack the rook once again and pick up the e4 pawn. Maybe that's an idea. But even if it's not, then just forcing the black's rook off the e file might be beneficial. I don't have time. What is my problem? Maybe rook e7 here. Play rook e8 is also an idea. But I don't want to allow c4. c4 just... Bishop b8. Also an idea. No, rook e7, c4 and bishop b8 I like. No, that hangs a pawn. h6, I like h6. Let's play h6. Bishop f4, by the way, very much an idea. But it's a bad move because you cannot take with the knight because the d4 is hanging there. Bishop h4. I'm just trying to unpin myself. Just a second, excuse me. I'm just trying to unpin myself here. I mean, if rook e7, for example. Because rook e6, then bishop f5. I cannot put the rook on e4, obviously. Although in the last game, that didn't really stop me. Bishop e4 might be an idea there. Sacking the rook for for a pawn there. Maybe. Bishop h4 played, okay. Logical. Now rook e7 allows c4, queen c7 and takes. When pawn takes would be necessary, which is bad. How to stop it? I mean, g5 is bad, so queen c7. Bishop b8, c4, a4, c4, c5. Oh, I didn't mean to push the pawn. I tried to do an arrow, but now I guess I'm forced to live with my decision. Maybe it was the best move, but I didn't want to make a move. I just wanted to make an arrow. But now we are here. So that's also, I guess, not bad. But the fact that I cannot take with the knight is quite bad. Quite concerning as well. Although I can. No, I can't. Because I'm getting mated. Because here, bishop takes, g takes, you cannot take here because of bishop h2. But you can play queen to f5. No, you can because knight takes. Oh, perhaps my position is not that bad either. Ooh. So, pawn takes, knight takes, bishop takes, g takes. Then there is a check that has to be calculated. King h8. Queen h5. King g7. Probably it's a draw by repetition there. I cannot allow the h6 pawn to fall. I cannot do that. Cannot do that. But if here knight takes, bishop takes. Takes and queen g4 is my problem. c3 happens. Wow, but this is bad. Rook e7. And rook e8. I like that. Maybe not the best, but this idea I like. I also don't have enough time, down to 5 minutes and 20 seconds. Playing very badly today. I mean, the first game was just awful, don't even ask me about it. knight f4 still blunders the pawn. Because it's very weak. Now that my c-pawn is also pressuring. I mean, taking here, allowing the knight to capture and having the IQP here would probably be very bad. Without any support of my pawn. That's why it's called an IQP. Yeah, that would be bad. So taking is not an option here. Pushing his c4 might still be good for my pawn, but then it simply loses the pawn here. And after takes and takes and then takes. My opponent has less time than I have. I mean, not the most concerning thing in the life, but although knight f4 might even work because d5 is hanging. I'm not sure. I mean, yes, he plays it. Rook e1, rook e1, cd4, knight d5, knight d5, queen d5, and dc3. So, I mean, if bishop takes, then rook e7. I can take here, and then take here, but queen takes and... Oh, but I have g5. But it's a draw. And I have g5 right away. Hold on. I have g5 right away. Knight takes. Take with the knight here. Then take here and it's winning. So let's just play g5 and see what happens. I mean, that's how chess should be played. Play a move and see what happens. Rook e7, bishop e7. Nothing wrong with it. Also, this is now big threat. Also, this is a threat. Also, this is a threat. Everything is a threat in my opponent's position. And I think he just blundered g5 because it's a fork and I'm forking people today. That's my plan. And forking people is always nice. So that's my idea. g5 is a fork here. We'll see how it will go. I mean, also if knight moves, then d4. Yes, knight takes. I can take with the knight. Was my idea. Oh, hold on. If I take here and rook takes and my knight is hanging, probably I have to do this. And then this. Queen h5. We will see. Queen h5, I can even go here. Takes and bishop h2. In takes, I take with the queen, of course. If takes on c5, I take with the queen. My position is just completely winning. I'm up a piece. I need to hold on to it. I mean, queen f5. Queen f5 is very deadly, but I have knight f6. So that's what at least I thought I had this. And I still think I have. Queen f5, simply knight f6. Queen takes f6, bishop h2. Wins the queen on f6. That's the tactic. I mean, this is very unfortunate for my opponent, but that's how chess works. I mean, sorry to break it down to. There is no queen g5 check. Queen f5, knight f6. There is no queen g4 check. Queen h5. I can still play knight f6. Queen h4 there. Just takes here perhaps. Yes, there is no queen g3 either. No, knight f6. Wow, wait a second. Knight f6, h6 hangs. And that's bad. But h6 is not hanging. But queen g4 is there. Which is quite bad. I can take queen g4 here, queen h5. And just bishop e7. Just bishop b8 or something. Yes, I can take. Queen h4 just takes. Here I can just take queen h6, I guess. I take here, maybe. Takes here and maybe knight b6. Just I'm up a piece then. I mean, I'm down a pawn, but now I will get it back. Queen g4, king h8, of course, only move. Queen h5 and bishop b8. Oh my god, did I really just do that? I hung another piece today. Great. Now this is a deadly threat. I don't know how to stop it, by the way. F6 there. I will be down a pawn, but so be it. If I survive, I mean, this is insane. Now this is also a time scramble, so I expect him to play queen f5. I hung another piece, which was insane. Now h7 is defended. But just takes here, I guess. And then I don't know what to do. Probably like here. No, because then this happens. Queen g7, I guess. And queen g5 if that. No, queen g5. Oh my god, did I just say that? Maybe just to activate my rook somehow. Maybe this might be an idea. I'm down a pawn, but who cares? Queen g4, now you wanna trade queens. Queen g5, let's trade queens at my terms. Have to play quicker. Definitely. I have to flag this guy, otherwise I will lose. And that's basically it, because I will... Probably this endgame is completely lost. Yes, now I have rook f7, perhaps. King g7, definitely. No, just repeat moves, what's my problem? Rook e6 might be the best move here. Rook e7, I have rook f7. Always. And bishop there is an idea. What? But this is a draw. But this is just a draw now. I mean, if I don't hold that, then I will just maybe have to set up a blockade. If I get the bishop there, how to do a blockade here? Did I just really do that? I almost hung another pawn. I need to get the bishop like here, perhaps. Also, this is pretty much something. B6 now, okay. There. Okay, maybe bishop to e1 here. Oh, did I just... No, I didn't. Okay. Whew. Forcing him to go to f3 and going here is a drawing technique. Did I just allow this? a5 and bishop e1 to defend everything. Okay, but now you just offer a draw. I will just offer a draw here. Okay, my opponent accepts a draw. And let's analyze this game as well. So this is the game review of the game I played today as well. I played at 74% accuracy, nothing too good about. Let's see. So e4 it was. I played the move c6 here, knight c3, and d5, of course, the Caro-Kann defense. My opponent played knight f3, bishop g4. These are the two knights attack. As you can see, there are two knights. Therefore, the name is two knights. h3, bishop f3 only move. Queen f3 and d6, just reinforcing the bishop by putting all the pawns on light squares here. e d5, and I played e d5, which is bad. I thought c d5 is better. I thought e d5 is better, excuse me. Wait, really? Now I need to remember that c d5 is the best move. I thought e5 is the best move. Oh, very bad by me. D4, knight f6 is also bad. Okay, bishop g5, knight d7, and long castles is the bad. But my opponent played bishop d3, bishop d6 was played, and we both just castled short here. Now rook fe1 was played. I played a move queen b6 here. Knight e2, of course, just protecting everybody, everything, trying to play for c3 maybe. I mean, taking here I thought was bad after rook eb1, queen a3, and rook takes on b7. Or what? Rook b3 firstly? Bishop f4 even. Just saying that this queen is offside. Okay, I get it. But, I mean, I played rook e8 here. He played the move b3, which is weird. h6, bishop h4, and c5 was a mouse slip. But it's still the pretty okay move. Knight f4, I thought I have g5 here. I thought I had. And this, what? Knight takes, the best move is rook takes e1 right away. I don't care. I really don't. Knight takes d5. What's the problem? Bishop takes g5 is the best move right away. And if takes, then queen d5. And what's the difference? After queen d5, rook e1 and knight. And oh, I cannot even take. I have to play knight f6 here firstly, queen f5 only move, and then g takes on. h4 and g4 is only move to win. I mean, to draw the game. I mean, the idea is, of course, that if takes, then bishop h2 picks up the queen because this is check. But I simply took here and it's losing after queen h5. D takes, queen g4, and I lose a knight here. So I cannot really defend against it. I have to play like knight f6, but then queen h6 happens. And I thought here that I'm lost. I mean, just look at this king. The rook can just chop in, maybe like this. I don't know how exactly, but I mean, so let's see what happened. Queen g5, f6, c takes, queen g7. Here it's not equal, but I'm still surviving. I played queen g5, which is losing after queen d7 completely. Okay, what if I just play bishop b8? Oh, yes, what about queen g7? Oh, then, yeah, I won't even talk about it. He missed it as well, but it's queen g7 here, and I played bishop c7, and now it's suddenly a draw. The idea being, of course, if he takes with the check, I have win here, and it's still a draw. So, we just drew this endgame very comfortable. I don't think it was. I mean, here it was just a draw, but so yes, this is the end of today's video. Thank you for being here with me. I hope you guys did like and enjoy the video, and if you did, you can also check out my Twitch channel and follow me there as well. And as always, be back tomorrow. Bye bye.